How many versions of yourself did you become today? The one at work, the one with your parents, the one online. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of us aren't living our own lives. We're performing them. And somewhere in that performance, we disappeared. There was a man named Nathan. Nathan was 28 when he realized he'd been lying his entire life. Not big lies, small ones, daily ones. Yeah, I'm good with that. When he wasn't. Sounds great. When it sounded terrible. At work, he was the guy who never made waves, always agreed, always smiled. His dad wanted him to be a lawyer, so he became a lawyer. Hated it. Did it anyway. And Instagram? 300,000 followers watching a highlight reel of a life that didn't actually exist. Meanwhile, in real life, Nathan couldn't remember the last time he felt like himself. Actually, scratch that. He couldn't remember what himself even felt like anymore. Then one random Tuesday, sitting in a conference room pretending to care about a PowerPoint presentation, something in his chest just snapped. Not loud, not dramatic, just this quiet voice that said, "I can't do this anymore." And for the first time in his life, Nathan listened to it. The next day at work, he did something crazy. He disagreed, out loud, in front of everyone. His boss looked at him like he'd grown a second head. Okay, Nathan, that's different. Different. Yeah, because the real Nathan had been buried for so long, people forgot he existed. That weekend, he called his dad. "I don't want to practice law anymore." Silence. "Dad? I have to go." Click. They didn't talk for 3 months after that. Then Nathan did the thing that scared him most. He opened Instagram, stared at those 300K followers, and thought about all the hours he'd spent crafting captions and choosing filters and making sure his life looked impressive. He deleted it. The whole thing. His girlfriend called 20 minutes later, freaking out. "What did you just do? That was your brand." "It wasn't my brand. It was a costume." She didn't get it. Broke up with him that night. Over text. You know what's weird about finally being yourself? It doesn't feel good at first. It feels like falling. Nathan lost friends. The ones who only liked the performed version couldn't connect with the real one. His family stopped inviting him to things. Colleagues at work treated him differently, like he'd broken some unspoken rule by having actual opinions. There were nights he'd lie awake thinking, maybe I made a huge mistake. Maybe the fake version was better. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. The world rewards you for being fake. It gives you likes and promotions, and you're so easy to work with. But it punishes you for being real. People get uncomfortable. They don't know what to do with you. Month 2 was the darkest. Nathan would wake up and feel this weight, like he'd lost something but couldn't name what it was. He hadn't lost anything. He just stopped pretending. But when you've been pretending your whole life, authenticity feels like loss. Around month 3, something shifted. Nathan started doing things just because he wanted to. Not for content, not for anyone else. He bought paint supplies, made terrible paintings, didn't show anyone. He joined a hiking group, showed up as the awkward guy who didn't really know what he was doing. Met Sonia there. She'd never heard of his Instagram, had no idea about his background. Just saw this guy in mismatched socks, admitting he was scared of heights. "Then why are you here?" she asked. "Because I'm tired of letting fear make my decisions." They got coffee after. Nathan didn't try to impress her, didn't perform. Just talked, and she liked him. Not the highlight reel, not the carefully crafted persona, just him. A year later, Nathan's life looks nothing like it used to. He's not making as much money. His title isn't as impressive. He doesn't have the follower count and the curated feed, but he sleeps through the night now. He has 4 close friends instead of 300,000 strangers. And those 4 actually know him. His dad eventually called. They're working on it. It's messy, but it's real. And Sonia? Still around, because she didn't fall for a performance. She fell for a person. Last week, Nathan's little cousin asked him for advice about college. "Everyone says I should study business, but I kind of want to study music." Old Nathan would have said, "Business is practical. Do that." New Nathan said, "Do you want to spend 4 years studying something you don't care about just to impress people you don't know?" His cousin thought about it. "When you put it that way, no. Then don't." Here's what Nathan learned. Chasing approval is expensive, but the cost isn't money. It's time, energy, peace of mind. It's the version of yourself you bury so deep, you forget it exists. And one day, you wake up and realize you've become a stranger to yourself. Nathan wasn't special. He wasn't braver than anyone else. He just hit his limit. The question is, where's yours? How much longer are you going to edit yourself to fit into spaces that weren't made for the real you? How many more versions of yourself are you going to create before you get tired of performing? Because the exhausting thing about wearing a mask is that you can never take it off. There's always someone watching, always someone to impress, and the real you just keeps waiting. If this resonated, let me know in the comments. What's the mask you're tired of wearing? And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it to them. Not for likes, just because sometimes people need permission to stop pretending. Hit subscribe if you want more of this, and maybe today, try saying one thing you actually mean. See what happens.